Hello, this is Michael Kraft again, and today's video will be called Genesis 5, 3 through 32, the first table of chronology in the Bible. And I am just going to prove my point about the Bible having a timeline in it, and that the details are not all recorded in the Bible, but they're recorded in other books like the book of Jasher and the book of Jubilees. And I'm first going to read the scriptures, Genesis 5, 3, verse through 32. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the dates in which they were born, except for Adam, of course, he was created. And then there's the death dates. So we go to Genesis 5. We're going to start with 3. And Adam lived 130 years, and begat a son in his own likeness, after his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he had begotten Seth were 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. Verse 5. And all the days of that Adam lived were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and he begat Enosh. And Seth lived after he begat Enosh 807 years, and begat sons and daughters. Verse 8. And all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Verse 9. And Enosh lived 90 years, and begat Canaan. Just a note, there were quite a few other people who had the name of Canaan or Cain or whatever. It's not a blended genealogy, it's just one genealogy of people having people from one person to another. So yeah. 10. And Enos lived after he begat Canaan 815 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enos were 905 years, and he died. And Canaan lived 70 years, and he begat Mahalalel. Now, about this Canaan, he did other things that are recorded in the book of Jasher. I'm not going to get into, because I really just want to make my point about how long they lived when they begat somebody, and then how long they lived afterwards, and then they died. It's all still on the same timeline. And Canaan lived after he begat Mahalalel 840 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Canaan were 910 years, and he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and begat Jared. 16. And Mahalalel lived after he begat Jared 830 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years, and he died. 18. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begat Enoch. And Jared lived after he begat Enoch 800 years, and he begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years, and he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and begat Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begat Methuselah 300 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. 24. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and begat Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begat Lamech 82 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years, and he died. 28. And Lamech lived 182 years, and begat a son. And he said, and he called his name Noah, saying, This same shall comfort us concerning our work and toil of our hands, because of the ground which the Lord has cursed. And Lamech lived after he begat Noah 595 years, and begat sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years, and he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and Noah begat Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now, that right there is not exactly accurate. That's a rough estimate. If you go into the book of Jasher and the book of Jubilees, they actually tell you what years these three sons were born. It was about his 500th year, not in the 500th year. Excuse me. Now, I am going to get into the timeline that I wrote studying this. And I'm also, as an added bonus, I'm going to tell you the Jubilee year, which when we count the Jubilee year, you understand you count by sevens. It's 7 sevens, so it's basically 7 times 7 is 49, and the 50th year pretty much is invisible. Because if you have 149 year and you count another Jubilee, the 50th year is going to be in that second beginning of that Jubilee period. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but you could see it on paper if you did it, which is how I had to, just study all this stuff. But Adam, as I said before, was not born. He was created. He lived from his creation to the 930th year when he died. So he died in the year 930 a.m., meaning from the creation of Adam. Okay, so Seth was born in 1:30 a.m., and of course, as I said earlier, how many years he lived, you can go back and I guess rewind the video and look at that. But I'm not going to get into that here. But Seth lived from 1:30 a.m. to 10:42 a.m. Enosh lived from 2:35 a.m. to 11:40 a.m. Kenan lived from 3:25 a.m. to 12:35 a.m. Mahalalel lived from 3:95 a.m. to 12:90 a.m. Jared lived from 4:60 a.m. to 14:22 a.m. And Enoch, he was born 6:22 a.m. and he was taken by God 9:87 a.m. So he, as far as we know, he didn't die. Methuselah was born 6:87 a.m. and he died the year of the flood, which was 16:56 a.m. Lamech was born 8:74 a.m. and he died 16:51. That was 5 years before the flood. Noah was born 10:56, and of course, in Genesis 6, the angel incursion happens. The fallen angels go into the women, and they have Nephilim, which are giants. But these things are they have the power of angels, but the free will of humans, and they don't follow after God. They try to corrupt God's creation, which the final creation, if you really want to get technical, was man. So that's what they were corrupting, man. And Noah lived up to and through the flood, and he died in 2006 AM. Now, I'm going to go back and give the Jubilee year. Now, Adam, let me see. Well, okay, I can't give Adam's Jubilee year, but just right quick, I will show you how many Jubilees he lived. So we have 930 divided by 49, and Adam lived 18 Jubilees. Actually 18.97, which meant he was just 3 days away from completing a Jubilee. Let's find out why. If he had lived one more year, being 931 years, he would have had exactly 19 Jubilees. But he missed it by probably just 3 months. Okay, now, Seth was born in the 3rd Jubilee in the 4th week. Enosh was born in the 5th Jubilee in the 5th week. Kenan was born in the 7th Jubilee in the 4th week. Mahalalel was born in the 8th week in the 8th Jubilee in the 7th week. Jared was born in the 10th Jubilee in the 2nd week. Enoch was born in the 13th Jubilee in the 14th week. No, in the 4th week. In the 4th week, I'm sorry. Methuselah was born in the 14th Jubilee which in the 7th week. Lamech was born in the 18th Jubilee in the 5th week. And Noah was born in the 22nd Jubilee and the 3rd week. So basically I'm showing you how the ages overlap, and there's no reason to add up the death dates, because if you add up the death dates, you're going to get this astronomical number. Or you add up the dates of just how much time they lived after they had their kids and other kids and stuff like that. That's going to be ridiculous, a ridiculous amount of time, and that only feeds into evolutionists saying, oh, the earth is millions of years old, and that's bullshit. Sorry. So this is really part 1 of a 2-part video that I'm going to do, and I'm going to stop the video. Before I do, I must remind you that I have a GoFundMe page, and I would like it if it were possible. Everybody who would like to see the website version of this that has way more information than what I have here, because I can only give a limited amount of information. Just please, if you feel it in your heart that you want to see stuff like this be taught to people to confirm the validity of the Bible, I would like it if everyone would donate just $5. We don't need like $20 or $25 a person, just $5 a person. That'd be nice. And also, thank you for viewing this, and praise Higher, and have a wonderful day.